The Lord be with you.
And with your spirit.
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Luke.
Glory to you, Lord.
Some people told Jesus about the Galileans whose blood Pilate had mingled with the blood of their sacrifices. Jesus said to them in reply, "Do you think that because these Galileans suffered in this way, they were greater sinners than all other Galileans? By no means. But I tell you, if you do not repent, you will all perish as they did. Or those 18 people who were killed when the Tower of Siloam fell on them. Do you think they were more guilty than everyone else who lived in Jerusalem? By no means. But I tell you, if you do not repent, you will all perish as they did." And he told them this parable. There once was a person who had a fig tree planted in his orchard. And when he came in search of fruit on it but found none, he said to the gardener, "For 3 years now I have come in search of fruit on this fig tree, but have found none. So cut it down. Why should it exhaust the soil?" He said to him in reply, "Sir, leave it for this year also, and I shall cultivate the ground around it and fertilize it. It may bear fruit in the future. If not, you can cut it down." The Gospel of the Lord. Good morning. I usually talk about the gospel, but I can't ignore the burning bush in the building. In the first reading, Moses encounters a burning bush. It's interesting that the bush burns but isn't destroyed. Actually, I believe the bush becomes more alive. How is that? Because the fire that's burning in the bush isn't really fire. It's God in disguise. The clue is when God, the fire, reveals himself as being itself, with a crazy name too. Can you imagine, kids? First day at school, kid sitting next to you says, "My name's Jimmy, what's yours?" And God speaks up, "I am who am." That's his name. Now, all of us creatures have a name that defines us. Like one of my favorites, Thor, God of thunder. But ultimately, even the Norse gods are like us, limited. So, like us, they have to constantly grasp for power and seek recognition. We lesser beings don't just want it, we need it. We're afraid if no one looks at us, we're going to cease to exist. But God doesn't need a helmet. God doesn't need to play the power game. He can be little, humble, invisible. He doesn't seek recognition. That's because God, the source of everything, is no thing but love. My prayer for all of us during this humble season is that we let go and let God. Inside all of us is a burning bush that no one can destroy. One day, like that great theologian Elvis once said, we're all going to proclaim, "I'm just a hunk of burning love."